Hi everyone, it's Kechi, aka OBiGem. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell so you can be notified for all future videos. And if you like what you see, please do hit the like button so I know to keep making content like this. So I'm just trying to do a real quick video. I know everybody's probably been inundated by all of the Paranormal Stuff pack, first impressions, live reactions, all types of videos that have been out today. Today I had a long work day, so if you notice my energy is a bit low, I do apologize. I'm doing my best here. I did want to though release a quick video. I almost didn't, but you know, I was late to the game watching the trailer today because of my long work day, and after watching the Stuff Pack trailer I had some thoughts, so I figured I would drop them in a video. So this is just going to be a real quick overview of some awesome things I noticed in this trailer to look out for in the Stuff Pack, and just doing some speculating because you guys know I do love to do that. So jumping right in, there are a few different things that I noticed in the Stuff Pack trailer that I think are going to be some interesting new additions to our Sims world. The first thing I want to touch on is the haunted house lot type. So this one's interesting because though it's a new lot type, if you have city living, you'll know or remember that there is a haunted lot type that's locked into an apartment lot type. Because you know, in same as you know, there are some different lot traits that you have applied to some of the apartments that you don't have access to in any of the residential world lots, and they're just locked to those specific apartments. And most of them have negative connotations, such as gremlins or needs TLC or such things like that. One of them is a haunted lot type, and if you had the unfortunate list of living in a haunted apartment, then you'll note that your apartment often will receive visitors from ghosts who will come into your apartment and break things. So I am wondering if this haunted lot type is an extension of that same lot type that we got from those apartments in city living, or if this is slightly different. I thought maybe it might be that, or maybe it might be slightly different, like in the sense of a haunted house, like from like an amusement park or like a fun house type of haunted house. I don't know, I'm not really sure. Like I wonder if perhaps this might be slightly different, just depending, or just specifically noting the ghosts that we're seeing in this trailer. Of course, they're the regular sim ghosts that we are used to seeing all the time, but there are also some slight differences, such as the little cutesy ghosts that we see in this trailer as well. So it'll be interesting to see how they implement this haunted house type and how we can utilize that in game. If it's just to make your house, you know, a hot spot for ghosts, or if it's something that you can use to make your house like an attraction, like certain people in real life might do to attract visitors to their houses, or paranormal investigators, which is actually another part of this pack that I do want to touch on in just a minute. But before we get there, the next thing I do want to touch on is the hostess seance feature in this pack. So the thing that I find notable about this is hosting a seance to me indicates that this is possibly a new event type that you can hold in your household. So just like if you go into host an event where it's like a party or a dinner party, a cake party or birthday party, those types of events, perhaps now we can go into our phones and host a seance, invite friends over, and summon the dead. So that seems like obviously more things for our Sims to do. We can't knock that. We're always looking. But I wonder how this specific event's going to implement new ideas specific from this pack that is going to expand on gameplay. For instance, are there any type of consequences to hosting a seance? Like, I'd love to see if there's any type of things like consequences. It's another thing that we are always looking for, and that is things that implement gameplay as far as consequences that can, you know, impact how our Sims go about their lives. There's too many things in this game where you do it and it doesn't really have any severe consequences. There's always like an easy way out. And I'd really love it if it was something like how it is in real life, where if you're messing around with things like Ouija boards or whatnot, there could be some long-term negative impact in your life as a result of you doing that. So it'd be interesting to see how hosting the seance will play into that. But moving on, we are going to jump into that paranormal investigator new job that I mentioned just a bit earlier. So the thing I find particularly interesting about this is two things, actually. It's actually, I don't think we've ever gotten a new career part of a stuff pack, unless I'm mistaken. Typically, stuff packs are very limited in scope, so it's mostly just new build, buy, and CAS items. It's very rarely that it impacts gameplay past that point, but this, I believe, is the first stuff pack where we're actually getting a new career, which is super interesting. It feels like they stuffed a whole lot of things that really maximize you spending that $10 on this pack. And I would be interested to see if this is one of the rare ones where it may be actually worth the $10 out the box instead of waiting for the eventual 50% off, 25% off the sales that they will have quite often for stuff packs. But the other thing I find interesting about this new career is I wonder if this is possibly an active career or a freelance career. I wonder this specifically because in the trailer, when they show the part where it says, you can become a paranormal investigator, it shows the sim in two different households, the Pancakes household and the Goth household, apparently doing some sort of paranormal investigation and trying to solve whatever haunting issues they have going on. So it seems that if you are in this profession, you will actively go to other sims households and have tasks that you do to resolve their haunting. It's more active than going into a rabbit hole where your sim disappears and does all this paranormal investigation. You'll be able to see them do these things. So I wonder if it is an active career or if it's freelance. I'm inclined to believe it's probably freelance because making it freelance might be a little less work as far as implementing that into the game. That seems more on par and on scale with getting a career at all of this stuff pack is a lot. So I feel like work-wise, just to make it like less work for them to implement this into a stuff pack, they'd probably want to lean towards freelance over an active career, which I feel would be more going into game pack, expansion pack territory. But who knows? There was a lot in this trailer that I'm pretty excited about. There are different things I want to know aside from those things that I found interesting, and that's just that the overall theme in this trailer seems to be very like 60s and 70s, which I'm sure that's not flying over anybody's head. I haven't watched anybody else's reviews or reactions to this trailer yet, but I would imagine that's something that pretty much stuck out like a sore thumb for me personally. I was getting a whole lot of The Conjuring and Poltergeist vibes. If you guys have seen those movies, those are very steeped in set in like the 60s 70s time period, and I think this trailer kind of called back to it, not just from it feeling like it's in the 60s based off of the CAS and build by items that look very much 60s 70s, but also because of the way that they were implementing like the paranormal investigations and the seance. It seemed to call back to things that I remember seeing in those movies, specifically like The Conjuring, like you see in the trailer a possessed doll. So I don't know. I don't know if that was on purpose or if that's like an Easter egg. Maybe the Sims team are fans of those older horror movies. I'm not sure, but I found that interesting, like a nice touch for people who like horror, appreciate that, and recognize those little Easter eggs that they've thrown in there. And the last thing I just want to touch on as far as my impressions for this stuff pack is that a lot of the build by and some of the cast looks very usable. It's gone over nobody's head that they have given us another couch, and this one seems like a normal couch that we can use in builds, which I appreciate that. And I did notice some wallpaper that looks very, very pretty and definitely usable outside of making a haunted house. So I may not get this pack right away. In fact, I probably won't get it right away, but when or if I get it, it may be for some of those items because, we don't have a lot of usable wallpaper textures, unfortunately. I lean a lot on CC for some stuff like that, so it'd be nice to have some in-game stuff that's usable in that way. And I cannot ever knock in another inclusion of a textured hairstyle that is front and center in this trailer as well, so that's nice that they are going to be including that. Not such a huge fan of the retro clothes. It's not really my style, but I understand that some people like that, so for the people who like that, I think that's a nice touch for me. I don't know if I'll be buying the pack specifically for those clothes items. But that is it, you guys. This is just a real quickie because I had a long day and I'm very tired. But let me know what you thought of the pack. Are you excited for this one? Are you going to be buying this on launch day on January 26th? Or are you going to be like me and probably standing by waiting for a sale on this one? Let me know in the comments below what you are looking the most forward to. I know a lot of people really appreciated that they threw in an Easter egg that Bonehilda will likely be in this pack. So I know a lot of people are excited about that. I know a lot of people are huge fans of paranormal and occult, and so this is probably going to be right up their alley and be something that they'll be chomping at the bit to purchase. But again, let me know in the comments down below what you're most excited for this pack and what you're going to be using some of these items for in your gameplay. But until next time, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and of course stay dazzled. I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Face, girl, you told me that's what you needed. Lied to my face, yeah, 'cause you were coward and that was easy.